baby. You knew that I had to start this review out big. This was a major show that we had for NXT tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. Woo! That was an energetic intro. Unusually energetic for me, especially for an NXT review. But regardless, wow, what a show tonight. It was a really good show. One of the better shows that I've seen in a while. I hope you guys enjoyed the Perfect 10 merchandise plug, the Ty Dillinger intro to this. I thought it was rather incredible. So, I love this shirt, man. I'm gonna wear the absolute living hell. I'm gonna wear the absolute living hell out of it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that little merch, celebration intro. I loved it, man. So, tonight, NXT, March the 1st, 2017. March 1st already. Holy shit. We are just 5 weeks, well now 4, basically 5 weeks, 4 NXT shows, but 5 weeks away from NXT TakeOver Orlando. Holy hell. It seemed like this was so far off at TakeOver San Antonio, and now we are seemingly right there already. So tonight was an unbelievable show, man. Tonight was really good show. The start, I wasn't such a big fan of, but this show recovered quick because it ended, after the start, it was just great segment after great segment after great segment with 2 great matches to go right along with it. So let's get into things. NXT, March the 1st, live from Full Sail University. Next week, they will be starting some TV tapings that they did at the University of Central Florida. So I'm very excited for that. I actually have some minor spoilers on something happening at those first couple shows, but it's nothing to do with like the title or with any of the titles really. It's something fun that happened with Shinsuke Nakamura in his return to action. Oops. Even though that's not really a spoiler, if you watch the show, then you'll see that they announced that Shinsuke Nakamura will return to action next week when they start these Central Florida tapings. So tonight, Full Sail University, the final show from Full Sail before NXT TakeOver Orlando. The remainder of the shows will be in this last group of tapings that they did at University of Central Florida. So this was the final show at Full Sail before NXT TakeOver Orlando. So I was psyched. It seemed like the crowd was hot too. So 2 titles were on the line tonight. This was a hot show, man. For it being like the last show in a television taping, it was pretty hot crowd still. Even though it was the last bit of the taping. So Patrick Clark comes out to start, this fucking clown. God damn it. You saw the promo last week for Patrick Clark being on NXT, and he started this thing. Can anybody tell me who actually the hell is this guy? I know that the joke for a while has been who actually is Byron Saxton, but now I'm asking the question, who actually is Patrick Clark? Does anybody know? Because if anyone knows, please tell me. Because to me, he just looks like some wandering, lost, gay gypsy person. And that's not to be anti-LGBT, but the way that the announcers were hinting, this guy sounds gay as a picnic basket. So, regardless, he started the match in a match with Sean Maluda from the Cruiserweight Classic. Remember this guy? I forgot the dude was even signed. Maluda, just think, how the mighty hath fallen, right? Spoiler, Patrick Clark won this match on sort of a Famouser type move, except he didn't get the knee all the way up over the neck. He more or less just kind of stomped, more or less, then got the leg over and slammed. But it was sort of a Famouser-esque move that Patrick Clark won with over Sean Maluda. Think about this. Sean Maluda, in the Cruiserweight Classic, put on one of my favorite matches of the first round against Kota fucking Ibushi in the Cruiserweight Classic. Kota Ibushi, one of the favorites to win the whole goddamn thing. Dude that made it to the semi-finals. And Sean Maluda put on an incredible match with the guy. Unreal match. I thought, I cannot wait for this guy to get signed. That was my first thought on Sean Maluda. I was like, this guy has to get signed. Because I wanted to see more of him. He's from the Samoan wrestling dynasty, the Anoa'i family. His uncle is Afa of the Wild Samoans. And he was trained by his uncle Afa of the Wild Samoans. So you know that this guy's had good training. He's got the background. He's got the pedigree. I was like, show me more of this guy. So they sign him, and now they have him jobbing to all these people. You know what I mean? It was so stupid that they just have Sean Maluta, a guy that had so much potential and so much momentum, honestly, coming out of the Cruiserweight Classic, because he showed in his match with Ibushi that there were a lot of people that didn't want Maluta to lose at the end of the day because of how good of a match he was putting on against Ibushi. So, but now he's jobbing out to fucking Patrick Clark, Mr. Velveteen Dream, gay-ass gypsy himself. And again, that's not any offense to gay people. I'm just saying the announcers were making it really seem like this dude's gay. Like, they were really putting it out there. Just from their mannerisms and from the way that they were saying things about this guy. They made him come off as gay, honestly. And I can't say that it's a bad move, but I can say that I don't agree with it. And I don't agree with it, you know? Just like saying, oh, well, he was different. He got bullied all the time because he was different. He got bullied by the jocks because he was different. You know, and he walks out like a diva. He does the woo like a diva, that whole thing. He wears like sparkly shit like a diva. You know, so it's like, it's obvious, man. This guy is just, they're pushing him as a gay guy, from what I can see. This is from my eyes, okay? Your eyes may see it differently, but from my eyes, it's just a gay guy out there. The way that they're presenting him and the way that they're talking this guy up, which I don't like, because you don't want that kind of image to be put on. I admit that you need that LGBT demographic, but this is the wrong way to get it. You know, Darren Young would be just fine if you wanted to try to draw in an LGBT demographic. You know, I mean, it's well known that Darren Young's gay. It's well known amongst any wrestling fans that Darren Young is gay. So, I mean, like, but why do you need to, like, parade somebody out there in an obvious gay gimmick? In an obvious, like, homosexual-ish gimmick. I don't think it's the right way to go. Who knows, it may work out, and I may be eating my words here soon. That may be the case. And if I do end up eating my words, I'll stand back and say, okay, it was a good idea. But for now, I just don't think it's the best move, especially because this guy's just starting out and they're trying to get him over. And I believe he was like the runner-up or something in this last season of Tough Enough where Bronson Matthews won it, or Josh, or whatever his real name is. But he's performing on the house show circuit as Bronson Matthews right now. And that was the season where he won. And apparently Patrick Clark was like one of the top few contestants. No, he wasn't the runner-up. ZZ was the runner-up. But Patrick Clark was apparently like one of the big standouts from that season of Tough Enough. And I don't know, man. He just doesn't... I mean, he looks the part. He's got a great look. He reminds me, just from the look, I'm not talking like in-ring moveset or anything. Just from the look, he reminds me of Shelton Benjamin. He reminds me so much of Shelton Benjamin, just based on his look. So, and I mean, not his gimmick and not like the sparkly shit, but like his body type, his height, his size, just like the type of, you know, build that he has reminds me so much of Shelton Benjamin. So I feel like you should maybe just turn this guy's gimmick a little bit around. But anyway, that's enough on Patrick Clark. He wins with sort of a Famouser-esque move, basically a leg drop to the head, and Sean Maluta is pinned, which was very disappointing. Send this guy over to 205 Live. Seriously, send him to 205 Live and have him put on matches with the Cruiserweights, because he'd be better off over there than jobbing on NXT. So next, there was the women's title match, straight from one match into another. This was, which was sweet. I loved that they put the women's title match right after that. But before that, Eric Young was outside over a burning barrel of garbage with the rest of Sanity. And he basically cut a promo on Ty Dillinger saying, it's unbelievable, something along these lines. My network started cutting out and cutting back in on me just as this promo was starting to get cut. But he said something along the lines of, it's unfathomable, can't talk. It's unfathomable to me how a man can so willingly go down and then automatically be willing to take his friends down with him. Ty, you are a disease, and I will eradicate you from the earth. And if you are willing to help me with that, then we can end this. If you will let me end this one-on-one, just you and me. Very cryptic promo. And then Nikki Cross pipes up. She's got a damn good voice for a mic. She just says, and if not, we will burn the world down, or something along those lines. We'll burn down the whole world, I believe is what she said, or something along those lines. But really good promo there by Sanity, standing over a barrel of garbage over the moonlight out in the middle of a woodsy area. Really well-placed promo spot. Then after that, I'm tired, man. Long day at work. After that, we had the women's title match. I was predicting Asuka to win, clearly because they're clearly hyping up Ember Moon as the next contender for Asuka's championship, and that was made clearly evident tonight after the match. But I'll get into that in a minute. Immediately, as Peyton Royce got into the ring, Peyton Royce got a good reaction tonight, man. Better reaction than expected. So immediately as they got in the ring and the bell sounded, there began the normal chants of, Asuka's gonna kill you, Asuka's gonna kill you. Normal chants at the beginning of a match. I thought it was entertaining, though. I really did. There were some great sequences to start off this match. I don't want to have to break down every sequence move by move, but there were some incredible sequences by Asuka and Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce really showed her capability in the ring tonight. Before, she's mainly just been like a girl who's been all talk and not much in-ring ability, and she's been very slow in terms of the way she's worked in the ring to this point with a lot of her matches. So I would definitely say that Peyton Royce showed a lot tonight to a lot of people. So there were some great sequences, got the crowd hot for this match right from the off. But then after those great sequences by Asuka and Peyton Royce, this match slowed way down very quickly. And it just reduced to a lot of rest holds, a lot of basic chain wrestling. And then all of a sudden it just picked back up magically, and then Asuka kept trying to go for the submission. The story here was that Peyton Royce was working the left shoulder of Asuka, because that is apparently an injured shoulder. I use quotations because it's clearly storyline. Sorry about the cut in the recording. I got a phone call. Anyway, back into the action. This sped up really quick. The story here was that Peyton Royce was working the left shoulder of Asuka because it was injured. Again, I use quotations because it's clearly a storyline injury. And then all of a sudden, Asuka, just out of nowhere, went for the Asuka lock, got Peyton Royce grounded, and within like 10 seconds, Peyton Royce taps out. So, tap out to the Asuka lock. They made a point of Asuka using that good right shoulder. She didn't even try to get it fully locked in with that left shoulder to get the arm behind it. To complete, I think it's a chicken wing as well that goes on top of of this whole thing around the throat. So they didn't have her using the injured left shoulder at all during the Asuka lock, but Peyton taps out to the Asuka lock. There was a post-match beatdown by Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and there was a painful hold at this point in the match. Peyton Royce got Asuka into the corner and put her left arm around the ring post, and Billie Kay was wrenching back on the hand and the wrist while the shoulder was being driven into the ring post, and Billie's just wrenching back. It looked painful as hell. But then Ember Moon comes out to aid Asuka. Ember Moon comes out to rescue Asuka, and then after she clears the ring of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, there was a post-match stare down between Ember Moon and Asuka. Holy shit! And even the announcers were like, this is an extremely intriguing matchup. Ember Moon versus Asuka. Undefeated versus undefeated. Undefeated champion versus undefeated challenger. I love it, man. And during this stare down, there was like the eyes, man. The eyes of both women. Like Asuka just stared at Ember Moon. Just eyes wide. Yep. And just shaking her head, nodding her head. Ember Moon did the same thing with her big red eyes. Just, And then Asuka went to turn around and walk out of the ring. She ran back and held her title up in the air right in Ember Moon's face. And Ember Moon was just like, okay, I got you, girl. But, man, that was it for me, man. I marked the fuck out for Ember Moon whenever that happened. And I was like, holy shit, this is the setup, you know? So I was so excited whenever that post-match stare down happened, and Asuka just ran back and held the title up in Ember's face, and Ember just smiled. Those big red eyes like, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. So then, after that, there was a recap of the Cassius Ohno versus Bobby Roode encounter from last week on NXT whenever Cassius Ohno came back to rescue No Way Jose from Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode, attacked Cassius Ohno and blah, blah, blah. You get the point, and people started chanting death by elbow. Here's my opinion on Cassius Ohno. I don't know much about Cassius Ohno because I was not even close to watching NXT back when he was there before. But I do hear that he got released by WWE, or that he asked to leave or something, because WWE kept giving him shit about like his conditioning and how his body looked. And I will say this. Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno, he didn't look great. He looked okay the last time he was in NXT in terms of a look. He had a dad bod. I'll put it that way. He had a dad bod. There was no, abs or anything. But he looked okay. This Cassius Ohno looks terrible. Like, with his friggin' gut that he's got that you can clearly see through his shirt. And it's not like a Kevin Owens gut where you're just like, okay, because Kevin Owens is damn good in the ring, and people know that. So, but you don't know about Cassius Ohno just yet. So, I don't know, man. I feel like Cassius Ohno needs to work on that look a little bit because, and another thing, I know that he's going to come out, without a shirt on because, in the fight promo, because it was later shown by William Regal, he announced that in 2 weeks, during the second show of the Central Florida tapings, that Bobby Roode will defend his NXT title for the first time against Cassius Ohno. So, I don't know, man. And during that promo, they showed a shot of Cassius Ohno with his shirt off, posing for the camera next to Bobby Roode during that championship match animated thing. So I thought that, Cassius Ohno, if he's going to be wrestling without a t-shirt, he's got to have a better look than that, man. It's no secret that Kevin Owens wears a t-shirt when he wrestles. That's not an issue for him, and people know that. But with Cassius Ohno, if he's going to be wrestling without a t-shirt, good God, he's got to be in better shape. He's got to be in better shape if he's going to be wrestling like that. Now, who knows? He may be incredible in the ring and put on one of the best matches I've ever seen, but that has yet to be... I have yet to see that. So, I don't know, man. I feel like it's just going to be... I don't know. I feel like I'm just going to be underwhelmed by Cassius Ohno. But anyway, then, like I said, after that, William Regal announced that due to recent events, in 2 weeks at Central Florida Arena, Bobby Roode will defend his NXT title for the first time against Cassius Ohno. So next was the main event, the tag team title match. DIY was in this, so you knew it was going to be good. And I knew that it was going to be a lengthy match as well, due to the fact that this started at 8:35 or 6:35. So it was, you knew that it was going to go for 20 minutes, and it turned out it did. So both of these teams are money, man. Both of these teams are absolute money. And I was thinking, during this match, as Authors of Pain came out, they're huge, dominant heels, right? Big, bulky guys. I thought maybe a big, bulky, dominant babyface team would be the one to take them down. Then I thought, they're building up this heavy machinery team of Tucker Knight and Otis Dozovic. They're building that team. And if they continue to build that team as a large, dominant babyface team with major size, I feel like they could challenge the Authors of Pain. I really do. I saw them in the Dusty Classic. They looked damn good. I saw them in their first match with their formal uniforms and their formal name. Looked damn good. I love it, man. I love the idea. Maybe build Heavy Machinery up a little bit more as a babyface tag team. Have them go against the Authors of Pain. Boom. And then you have a serious challenger to the Authors of Pain, not just some small guys that are going to have a David versus Goliath generic overdone storyline. So then you could just have giants versus giants, and good giants, not slumpy, wobbly, big show, great Khali giants. So I feel like that would be a good idea. Maybe build Heavy Machinery up a bit more as a babyface tag team, and then have them face the Authors of Pain. Ciampa for a change, actually took a majority of the beating in this match. That was another thing I noticed, because in the past it's been Johnny Gargano takes the bulk of the beating, and then Gargano goes in, makes the hot tag to Ciampa, and then Ciampa just makes the monster comeback. But in this case, Ciampa took the bulk of the beatdown. The Authors of Pain cut the ring in half, took Ciampa, took him to their half of the ring, beat the hell out of him. Of course, Gargano, in traditional true babyface fashion, took a nice beating for himself as well. But Ciampa did take the brunt of the damage for a change, because I feel like they know that Ciampa is normally the one that makes the monster come back late in the match, so they wanted to take him out early. So there was a bunch of near falls here, man. Bunch of near falls. There was a point where Ciampa had, I think it was Rezar in the corner, and he was just beating the hell out of him. And then Rezar went up to the top rope to try to superplex Ciampa down into the ring. Ciampa got down off the top rope, got up underneath Rezar, was going to try to powerbomb the guy. Oh my god. He was going to try to powerbomb him off the top rope. Rezar wouldn't let go. Then Gargano comes through, kicks Rezar on the top rope while the ref is dealing with Akam over in the corner because he got taken out. Then Gargano grabs one leg, Ciampa grabs another leg on Rezar, and they double powerbomb him off the top turnbuckle in the corner. Whoa. That triggered a near fall, that triggered a 2 3/4. Another thing that I liked about this match, they put on a great match and told a good story without any finishers being kicked out of. The Meet Me in the Middle wasn't kicked out of. The Last Chapter wasn't kicked out of. Although the Last Chapter still has yet to be kicked out of. But no finishers were kicked out of in this match, which was beautiful. And they still, like I said, told a great story in this match. But that got a beautiful 2 3/4 near fall on that double powerbomb to Rezar in the corner. There was another near fall whenever Ciampa and Gargano got Akam and Rezar down and did a dual crossface on him in the middle of the ring near the end of the match. And then as they're in the lock for this dual crossface, you see the best tag team on planet Earth right now, the Revival, come on down to the ring, and they just raise hell. They break up the submissions. They start beating down DIY and Authors of Pain, cause the DQ. I don't know if this was a draw by DQ or something. The official result I didn't hear announced, but I know that Authors of Pain retained the titles by DQ, but what happened after this match was absolutely insane. They shatter machined Tommaso Ciampa, got Tommaso Ciampa in the ring, and for a change, like I said, Ciampa was taking the bulk of the beating, which for a major change in this match. They gave the shatter machine to Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, wow, I hit the friggin' thing. Anyway, shatter machine onto Ciampa. Authors of Pain get Scott Dawson up, get him in position for the Last Chapter, the side Russian leg sweep clothesline combo. And then the person that was going to do the clothesline, whether it's Akam or Rezar, whoever it may be, I believe it was Rezar who was going for the clothesline, Dash pulled the ropes down, and as Rezar was going for the rope rebound into the clothesline, he falls over the top rope because Dash pulled the top rope down. Then Akam in the ring, freaking Dash gets back in the ring, and they shatter machine Akam. We're talking like a 315-pound guy. And they shatter machined him. What? Anyway, a shatter machine on the Authors of Pain. Beautiful shatter machine on the Authors of Pain. Announcers were going fucking crazy. The crowd was going insane. Revival standing tall. DIY and Authors of Pain down as a result of a beatdown from the Revival. This easily sets up the tag team triple threat for the championships at TakeOver Orlando, and I cannot wait for it, and that is how the show went off the air. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed the intro. I hope you enjoyed the review as a whole. If you did, please leave a like down below. Also, comment. Let me know your opinions on NXT tonight. Also, do not forget to click the little red button down below and subscribe so that you don't miss a video. And also, ring the bell so that you get notifications automatically every time that I upload a new video right here onto YouTube. Also, share the video if you can. Thank you guys so much once again. That's all from me. You guys keep yourself safe, and I'll see you at a later date. Farewell.